Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. This is an updated and corrected Eldritch Blast cantrip macro. I steered you wrong on the first one, that's why it was deleted. I led you to believe that the single target beam, or the single target attack, if you're attacking one creature with all, whether it's 2, 3, or 4 beams, you still have to do a separate attack for each one, and I just did one single attack. So that's not going to work. So there is actually only one macro. However, I have not been able to get it to scale the number of beams. I can scale damage, but I can't scale the beams. And so we're going to do what I told you was not the best practice, but it works. And so we're going to do it for now until I can do some research and come up with the one macro that does everything, if it's possible in a macro. I'm sure it is in the API or power cards, but this channel is about getting people who have free accounts and stuff to be able to use macros because all that stuff requires pro account. So Eldritch Blast is a cantrip for the Warlock, kind of bread and butter. It says a beam of crackling energy streaks towards a creature within your range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 force damage. The spell creates more than one beam when you reach higher levels. 2 beams at 5, 3 at 11, and 4 at 17. You can direct the beams at the same target or different ones. Make a separate attack roll for each beam. And that's what threw me off. But this is similar to the Scorching Ray spell in that you have rays and they have to make all their own single attacks. So we're going to do what I said was not best practice because I haven't come up with the solutions. I already have it. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to give you a spell at level 1. Level 5, you're going to go in and edit that macro. At level 11, you're going to edit the macro again. So let's look at it. Uses the template default template. Eldritch Blast. Sorry, this should not say single beam. The range is 120 feet, unless you have the Eldritch Spear invocation, I believe it is, in which case this would be 300, not 120. So then it just says beam 1. It does the 2 attacks like normal. And then it does force damage on the same row. Typically when our damage, we go like this, and then start a new row for damage, but this one we're putting them all together into one. So let's just run this at level 1. So you'd have this spell from 1 to 4. If you run it, there it is, range 120 feet. There's your 2 attacks, there's your force damage. So then at level 5, you're going to use this one. It just adds a beam. And then at level 11, you're going to add this one. And it adds a beam. And at level 17, you're going to run this one. And it has 4 beams. So, again, not ideal, but it works. If you have the Agonizing Blast invocation, Warlock invocation, then you're going to add so this underneath this line is with the Agonizing Blast. So the Agonizing Blast allows you to add your Charisma modifier to your attack roll and your damage roll. So at level 1, you would have, just like the other one, you would do 1d20 plus your spell attack bonus, but then you get to add right here your Charisma modifier to both attacks because we're attacking twice, and you get to add it to your damage, 1d10 plus Charisma modifier. So I do know that Aeru, who's our wizard, his Charisma modifier is 5. So attack is 1d20 plus 9, which is a spell attack bonus, plus 5, which is his Charisma modifier. And then his damage is 1d10 plus 5, which is his Charisma modifier. So it's the same thing. It's just at level 5, he's going to have 2 beams. At level 11, he's going to have 3 beams. So you're just going to edit the macro by adding a beam. One other difference is that if you have the, I believe it's called Repelling Blast, which allows you to push the target away from you up to 10 feet, you would add this at the end of your macro right here. Repelling Blast. Targets can be moved 10 feet in a straight line from caster. So if you run this, this is first level, first through fourth. That gives the DM the information. So they have the range, both attacks, what type of damage, how much damage, and then the effects. So I apologize for messing up the first time around, and I'll have these all in the description below with explanation of what they are. Thanks for watching. I hope this holds you off until I can do some research and possibly find a be-all, end-all for the Eldritch Blast. But in the meantime, this will work. You just have to edit it at level 5, 11, and 17. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.